Abdeljawad, and I'm here with some fall family feedback from the health and PE team. So at this point, everybody knows me. I'm Miss A, Miss Abdeljawad, and I wanted you guys to know some of the other names that you have heard potentially from your students. We have a very close PE team. We have a lot of students, and we tend to share students throughout the year as we provide a lot of choice activities. So you may hear the names of Miss Gilreath, Mr. Collodi, Mr. Merck, Miss Johnson, Mr. Ruck, and Mr. Manos. And right now, my classes have been mostly working with Mr. Ruck's classes. Okay, just wanted to remind everybody why physical education. First of all, of course, it's required, but that is not a cause for worry for really anyone at all at Gunston. We have the best and most supportive, nice team, and every single one of us wants your student to be successful. Our only objective remains to encourage your students and to help them prepare for their current life in sports, and more importantly for a wonderful, healthy life. We want to prepare them for lifelong physical activities. So I think coming out of this virtual pandemic year, we are doing a wonderful job together. So far, so good. So some of the things that we've been up to so far. We started out with a football unit. We focused on cues. So some include the ball is held with the correct grip, stepping with the correct foot, rotating your thumb down to your hip, making sure that your pass is ending up at the intended target. It was pretty fun. I hope that you guys heard about it from your students. Right now we're in the middle of a soccer unit. We started out with some skill drills, and next week we're moving on to modified games. Another thing you may have heard from your students is that we have discovered this awesome trail that we have at Gunston that leads from kind of the Gunston parking lot by the bus ramp loop up to Oak Ridge. And it's a very short little trail, but there's a pretty steep hill about halfway through the trail. So we've been doing interval training, trying to improve cardiovascular fitness. It has also been an added benefit that we've been able to have so much outside time, fresh fall air. Been doing a little plant and tree ID on the fly with everyone, and just hopefully developing an appreciation for the outdoors and our healthy, active bodies. More examples of performance conditioning that we've done and that we plan to do, continue doing. It might look like indoor interval training, especially as the weather gets cold and inclement weather when we're all inside together. That will mean many, many students in the gym, multiple classes, and all of us cueing the exercises from the microphone. At other times, it might look like warming up by walking and jogging and running outside. This picture here is Mr. Ruck cueing the beginning of 3 different rotations of exercises on the softball field. So it's going to look different on different days. Another thing that we want you to be aware of is that we do fitness assessments in PE, and we record the scores in a program called WellNet that students have access to on their own. Not to input the scores, but to look at their prior scores. These are scores that are submitted to the state of Virginia, but it's also just a really great way of keeping track of students' performance on the different components of fitness. So far, they've had the opportunity to practice in my class curl-ups, push-ups, and the 20-meter pacer test, which we were able to do outside for the first time, which was pretty fun. Okay, so this next slide is about dressing out, which we are so excited that finally our uniforms that we ordered way back have arrived. If you haven't received a form yet, that's because we didn't pass them out yet. So that's going to be happening this coming Monday. And hopefully students will bring those back super quickly. Students are highly, highly encouraged to purchase and wear this Gunston purple shirt. It just is best since we use the community facility, it just makes us, have unity, and for safety purposes, it's really important that we all kind of look like a team. Students are, however, able to wear whatever shorts or leggings or athletic pants that they choose. We also, of course, have Gunston gear for them to purchase, and it's really great, big upgrade from prior years. So hopefully people are into purchasing those. If not, though, most important part, please wear sneakers to school on the days that you have PE, or have them stashed away in your PE locker so that you can always participate safely. Okay, so way back at Back to School Night, I gave some, long-winded tips for success, but I have distilled it down, parents, to these most important things that I would love for you to reiterate with your students. Okay, tips for success in PE: be on time, come with what you need, follow directions, be respectful and kind, be helpful, and sometimes that just means being patient, because there are many of us, and we want to get to the fun parts just as much as you guys do. But yeah, actually the most important tip that I would like to convey to everyone is just try. Participating, that part is your part. Nobody can do that part for you. And one day, probably soon, if you haven't realized already, this opportunity that we have together to exercise and be together and move our healthy, happy bodies, this is a gift. And your part is just trying new things and participating. So anyway, all of this is just to say we get it. It's been just a weird and strange and difficult time for a lot of us, and we're getting back into the swing of things. And I love working here at Gunston. I love every single one of the students that I teach, and I can speak for my whole department in saying that we are here for you, and we want to hear from you and help you pursue anything that you want. And even in just a super micro way, that just means being successful with middle school PE. So here's some contact information. Please, this door to our office is never closed, and we want to hear from you. If you have questions, concerns, ideas, sending information about, student background with injuries and whatnot, we are open to any contact from you guys. Anyway, I hope this was informative, and again, just feel free to reach out anytime to really any one of us, because we're all here for your kids. Take care. Bye.